I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on construction of angles with compass. We are definitely going to use a protractor also to measure the angles, but not for their construction. So we'll check our results using the protractor, right? But we'll actually create all the angles using compass. Well, I can also use this protractor for drawing straight lines. So the question here is how to copy and bisect angles. That is one thing we'll learn. Second is apply the method to construct an angle of 105 degrees. Okay, so let's think about it. Let me straight away draw a straight line using the protractor. So we are not using it in the traditional way now. So we are just using it to verify the results and draw some straight lines. Now we need to create an angle of 105 degrees. Let's think how we could do it. 105 degrees, we could make a combination of 45 degrees and 60 degrees. So if I add these two, what do I get? I get 105 degrees, correct? So that means I have to create 45 degrees angle and then on top of it 60 degrees angle to make 105 degrees, and that too we have to do with compass, right? So that is what we'll try to do. Okay, so let's begin by first making 45 degrees. Now 45 degrees is half of 90, so our thinking is kind of like this. We say 90 degrees. Well, we'll start with 180 degrees, which is the straight line, right? So when you divide this by 2, you get 90 degrees, and when you divide that by 2 you get 45 degrees, correct? So by dividing by 2 really means bisect an angle, great. So with this example we'll actually bisect the angle twice to get 45 degrees, and in the process you will also learn how to bisect an angle, right? So let's see. Step number 1 is mark a point, and let's make this point and call this as let's say O, right? So let's call this as O. Okay, and now we'll just make a semicircle kind of a thing. We are only interested in the points which cut this line, but I'm trying to make a circle, semicircle. We'll use it later, but we are mainly interested in only finding these 2 points which intersect the whole line. So once you cut the straight line at 2 equal distance away from O, then you enlarge the length of your compass and then mark point somewhere, right, in the center, right, from both these points. Once you do that, you have actually made 90 degrees by actually bisecting 180 degrees. Perfect. So I'm going to join this. Once I join it, you will find that this is exactly 90 degrees. You can verify. So this protractor will only be used to verify our result. As you can see perfectly, it is 90 degrees. So we did the very first step, and that is we bisected 180 degrees to get 90 degrees. Now we actually want 45 degrees. Okay, so we'll go one more step, bisecting what we have got. So how do I bisect? I have to make an arc and which cuts at 2 points on the angle. So this angle of 90 degrees is to be bisected to get 45 degrees. So now these are the 2 points of my interest. So from there I'll again make an arc and see. Okay, so let's reduce this a bit, right? We have to manage our space. Okay, so this is 1, and from the other point, place it, cut the arc, right? So you get the point. So how much that should be? That should be 45 degrees, correct? So let me join this with point O. So once I do that, I get an angle of, well, this is not a perfect line. I kind of missed it. But anyway, we'll treat that as 45 degrees. Okay, so there is some error. You have to be more careful. Now, let's check how much error did I create in joining it. Not really much. slightly, which is very minor, but you can see it is 45 degrees. Perfect. We got 45. How do I get 60 now? Well, 60 degrees is what? Let's try to understand what is 60 degrees. From the straight line, which is 180 degrees, if I divide by 3, right, trisect, then I get 60 degrees, right? So let us see how to divide that angle into 3. Well, I'll use a different color this time. So let's make a bigger arc than what we had earlier. Okay, let this be the arc. Okay, so we'll again place it here. Okay, so now we just open the compass and again make a semicircle, right? We're trying to make 60 degrees and we'll try to divide this semicircle into 3 equal parts. So without changing, see, without changing the arc length, we will cut it into 3 equal parts. Do you see that? You see that? It is exactly 3 equal parts. Perfect. So what we get here is 60 degrees, right? So each individual is a 60 degree angle. Perfect. So let's see. What I'm trying to say here is that this much is 60 degrees. From here to here, if I draw this, now I'm not spoiling my right hand side, but I'm just telling you that this portion here from this side is 60 degrees. That is also 60 and this is also 60. So we created 3 angles of 60 degrees. Now the major question for us is, how do I add 45 with 60 degrees to get 105 degrees? Perfect. That is the thing. You can see from here to there, it is 60 degrees on this arc. But I want to add on this length, right? This angle. Perfect. So let's call this as, let's say, we take a point here as P and this point is Q. Now, I want somewhere here a point R so that I get 45 plus 60 and that is 105, of course, closer to this side, right? How do I get that? So basically, I know this arc length from here to here gives me 60 degrees. So I could actually copy this arc length after that point of 45 degrees. If I do that, then I make 60 over 45 line. Do you get the concept? So with the same length, which is defining 60 degrees, that is, you can see from here to here it is 60, right? Or this place. I'm using the same arc length, but I'm putting it on my terminal arm for 45 degrees. And once I cut this on this line, do you see that part? Then I've ensured that I have 60 more, right? So this from here to here gives me plus 60 degrees. So if I join the point which I have just made or cut the cross, so that is how I copied my angle of 60 degrees. Did you see that? So there you go. So we have this point and a point here. Let me call this as R now. So you will notice that what we have now is a total angle. Now we know the angle POQ was 45 degrees, and on that we added angle QOR, which is 60 degrees, and therefore what we get is angle POR, which is 105 degrees. Do you see that? So this angle here from this side, all this is what? Is 105 degrees. Do you understand how? So in this example, you also understood how we copied that angle of 60 degrees over 45 to create 105 degrees angle. So you learn how to create angles with compass. You also learn how to copy them and how to bisect them. I hope that helps. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'll be great. As an exercise, you can create an angle of 75 degrees. Think about it. So the question for you is make 75 degrees, right? 75 degrees could be written as 45 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay, so let this be your exercise. Thank you and all the best.